Alright, welcome back everyone, Zaf here to yet another juicy SLA video. Oh my goodness, it feels so good to be back, I love it. And there's some news I do want to cover with you, alongside some tips, because you have to realize we're almost done with there it is, the BARAN hard mode clear awards. If you're one of the first 7,000 to clear it, you get this juicy Soul Shepherd skin, which you do not want to miss out on. So let me give you some quick tips on how to clear hard mode, because in short, I want to say this with a lot of confidence, I do feel like BARAN was more of a CP check than it was a combat requirement. So if you had enough power, you're basically good to go in that regard. You're not getting your stats nerfed, which is a huge plus. So very, I would say well side in that regard. Damage or gameplay was not as necessary. It was more of a, hey, if you have enough advancements, if you have enough weapons, if your blessings are legendary, runes are legendary, you get the bonus power from them, you're good to go. At least that's what I felt. Let me know if you think it's different. The combat is obviously easier if you're on PC. If you're on mobile, I have no idea how you do it, alongside of the lag, the issues on mobile, etc. On PC, it's fun. On mobile, yeah, I'm kind of scratching my head. I tried playing, and it's just not the best. It's just not a good experience, so I hope the devs do kind of change that up a little bit. Still waiting on those mobile optimizations. It's been a minute, so I do hope those come soon rather than later, because I'm sure a lot of you could have cleared it if you didn't have that potential mobile lag, but that's an issue for another day. Right now we're at 6,000 cleared, so I do want to know in the comments what you think. Are there any changes you want to see to the hard mode? Did you think it was too hard, too easy? Was it just a pure CP check, where you just had to meet the combat power requirements to basically beat the battle? Or was it something else? Let me know. I'm very curious what your thoughts are. I think for anyone who did reach the 950k mark, basically the requirement for hard mode, you probably had a better time than everyone else. Since if we hop in really quick, a lot of you were able to clear the first two stages, or at least the first stage, that being floor 75 with an 800k requirement, but once you got up and up, 850k, I think this one is 900k, yeah, and a 950, that's where things got harder, not because the combat was harder necessarily, but because the power requirement is so high. But thankfully, there's a few things you can do right now to boost your power just by a little bit. So you can quickly squeeze in, get one of those last 1,000 clears, so you get that juicy skin as a reward. And just really quick again, thank you everyone who has been supporting. We still haven't gotten a code just yet. It's been about a month since our last code. The season just started, so please be patient. As you can see here, I've already submitted our video. Once the devs do approve it, we get a code. No one has gotten these codes yet. It's been, as you can see, since October the 23rd, so almost a month since our last code. The devs are really taking their sweet time, but go to the link down below, press that support button. Once the codes do come out, trust me, you will get them, and I'll do a guide on how to get your codes, since a lot of you are new, so don't worry, I'll show you exactly how to get them once the codes are released. And a quick shout out to Azim and also Rengoku for being the first two commenters on our last two videos. Here are your shout outs to enjoy those juicy Season 5 Discord roles, and also, again, a shout out to everyone for giving me your love, your support. We were sick, still am sick though, but at least my voice is back, so I can do these videos, and a shout out to this pill bottle. Whatever the docs gave me are really working out, so I do appreciate them as well. So hopping back right into the game, there are a few things you can do right now to potentially, if you haven't yet, to help you clear the hard mode. First off, what you want to look at is your artifact stats. Super important. It's not even the stats are the most important. Obviously, you want to go with the right stats for each hunter. With Go, you want to go defense. With Cha, attack, etc. But that's not the main issue. When it comes to combat power, you get the most by, obviously, getting the artifacts at the highest level. So in this case, Curse, Greed, etc. And also, you want to make sure, if you can, go with the 8 set piece alternatives compared to going something optimal, even though it's better. Going 4 set Curse, 4 set Expert, it'll net you less combat power than going all Curse or all Greed, for example. So make sure to make that minor change right there. That's why, for example, Min has so much combat power is because he has a set right here, a full set of Blessing. This gives him a lot of combat power. And also cores, of course, super duper simple. Basically on your hunters and jinwoo right now, you just want to go flat stats, flat everything. Yes, that's right. So if you take these two fairly similar cores, let's say on Min, for example, he has this one equipped, 59%, 56%, the stats are fairly similar, we can say. If I go to Min, and I swap in this one right here, this has flat defense. If I press equip, boom, his power goes up by a large margin because flat is just so much better. So please make sure, if you're using percentage cores, to switch it ASAP. If you want the maximum power possible, it's not a small amount. 5,000 from one single core, that's huge. Imagine, on 1, 2, 3 hunters, 15,000, you get around 60% back in power, so around, let's say, 9,000. So that's up to 10,000 power you can easily get from a 59% core. This does not consider if it's maxed out. If it is, you'll be getting so much more power in. So please make sure for every single one of your cores to maximize on that power, especially for the HP one as well. Basically any core, go with flat. It has to be flat. Do not use percentage for the main set. Just don't do it, alright? It is a bad move for your power. So make sure if you're sitting on tickets to just use them ASAP also, because remnant power will give you a ton of combat power as well. So make sure for some reason, if you're just waiting to use your tickets because you want to clear hard mode first, no. Clear normal mode. Forget hard mode. Keep doing normal. Get all those awards coming in, those cores, these shards as well. You do not want to sleep on them. This will really help you out as well. And if you're someone who is not free to play, I think if you're free to play, you're gonna have a very hard time being hard mode Baron, regardless if you're, starting from the beta or not. Some of you have made it pretty far though. I believe actually a very small handful of people have cleared it. I mean a very small handful of free to play players. And these are people who are basically dolphins because, well, you've played for so long, you've gotten so many awards, your account is juiced up, so congrats to those people. Your dedication has really paid off, but for a lot of you, I do recommend boosting your power very simply by going to game modes, going to gates, and just buying a few gate keys every single day. Though right now you might be too late. I did mention this in previous videos, where you do want to buy more gate keys. It doesn't cost too much, obviously not for free play. For everyone else, it doesn't cost too much. 150 essence for 3 or 600 for 9. It is worth it in my opinion. I purchase up to 3 or 4. So 900 for 12, buy these. This gives you a lot of power because once we clear these, let me show you really quick. Once we get these shadow energies, this helps you so much for your power. If we hop into, if I can find here, Army Shadows, you can see this gives us a literal ton of power. 142,000, insane, mind-blowing. So please do not sleep on this. This again will help you out. Getting more power is key for Baron hard mode. And lastly, just as a point of efficiency, if we go all the way down, if we go to Armory, if we hop into an advancement, that being for our weapon levels, you can see all these are 7, but if you want to be as efficient as possible, make sure not to do, let's say, a 6 and 6 split. Get them to 6 and then 7 because level 7 costs basically nothing in comparison to 6, only 30. I believe level 6 costs close to double that, so getting it from 6 to 7 is much cheaper. It is a marginal power game, but still, it'll help you out in the long run. So be efficient as possible with this. And when it comes to any jinwoo game mode, you have to make sure you just use the hunters of the most combat power. Even if they're not going to help the battle itself, they're still going to help you out immensely, just from the power gains alone. So if I hop in, let's say, to a random game mode, one that does have jinwoo equipped, even if, let's say, Malin is optimal for the game mode, I'd rather swap her out for someone else, like, let's say, Min, for example. If your Min has more advanced as a weapon, etc., you can get so much more power in. That's honestly key. And the good thing is, for support units, it doesn't really matter what artifact sets you have on them. Obviously, for Min, you want to have Blessing, but you can use different stats on them to maximize on those power gains as well. So make sure, just do anything you can to get more power in. Let's say we're using Alicia on our team. I wouldn't want her to have Curse and Expert. I'll swap out a Expert set, even though it's better on her. Put the Curse in, get more combat power in, increase our team's total power, making sure we can't beat those game modes, otherwise, yeah, you're gonna be stuck. The combat requirement check is gonna be too much for you. Doesn't matter how much damage you do, doesn't matter what stats you have. If you don't have the combat power, if you're in the red, you're not gonna have a good time with Baron. So yeah, just showing that quick video, so those last few of you can make that push to hopefully get a skin. I do want everyone who can get it to get it, otherwise it's gonna be unfortunate. These skins do not come back. I know some of you do want them to be for free, but these are basically a prize for anyone who does make that push. So please make sure you try your best that we can get this juicy skin right here. It does look very awesome. I think actually it's probably my favorite out of the two, though this one looks pretty good as well. But yeah, that is all I have for you today. Again, thank you for tuning in. It means a lot. But on that note, this was your Code King Zaf, signing out.